And this week marks 1 year since the Mueller probe began, and 1 year later, it appears little is clear about the direction of the investigation. One America's John Hines has more on that story from Washington.
It's been just over a year since the Mueller probe of the Trump campaign began, and yet it appears the investigation is as far away as ever from proving Russian collusion.
We've learned that Mr. Mueller thinks it's important to indict 23 people, half of whom are Russians who will never see a day in U.S. court. We've learned that he has a partisan staff that are overwhelmingly Democratic political operatives. We've learned that he even had Peter Strzok on his staff for a time. We've learned that somehow he's tried to tie the 2006 alleged wrongdoing of Paul Manafort to a 2016 campaign.
All the while scrupulously avoiding another paid political operative named Podesta, who was allegedly doing much the same thing in the same place as Paul Manafort, according to Chris Farrell, Director of Investigations for the government watchdog group Judicial Watch. We've learned all this, but apparently little related to the president, says Farrell.
I think the lesson of the Mueller investigation is that it is a political coup operation operating under the color of law. So it's a legal mechanism with a political agenda attached to it, with very little to show and nothing touching on the president or his inner circle.
And yet Hillary Clinton and the DNC-funded dossier that has direct terminus in Russia, with the Democratic Party paying sources for dubious intelligence, still goes unexamined, a year into the investigation, says Farrell. And, according to Farrell, it is an investigation sparked by James Comey himself, the man who succeeded Mueller as director of the FBI.
Did Comey know, or did he have reason to believe that his longtime buddy would be appointed as the special counsel? I don't think that's an unreasonable conclusion to draw. So that's really the genesis of it. Mr. Comey creates the conditions and provokes the circumstances for the creation of a special counsel.
So Comey does seem to be responsible for the investigation that has dragged on and on. But as to the next year and the future, Farrell offers a prediction.
I think the Mueller investigation is in sort of a slow motion collapse.
Farrell adds that the reason at this point for the ongoing probe appears to be to prevent a second Trump term as president.
We can use your help. Call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call today.